Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Rachael Thompson-Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for November the 9th through till November the 15th, with the overall theme being self-forgiveness will set you free. Let's go in and explore a little bit more through the Oracle cards, messages coming through to help us to be able to understand the potential energy that will come through and connecting in with what resonates with you. So Monday and Tuesday is the card of Ocean's Calling. Wednesday through till Friday is the card of Clairvoyance, and the weekend's message is Speak Your Truth. So it's really interesting how this week we also have two cards that are the exact same cards but in different placements as they were last week. So that gives us a really good indication that some of last week's theme is starting to still filter through this week. So with Monday and Tuesday beginning with Ocean's Calling, the three main key points with this is balance, energize, and restore inner peace. So the Ocean's Calling is an understanding that it's almost as if the world is starting to go back to how it was before COVID-19, when we were so busy running off our feet. And then we had that period through COVID where everything, for some people, really slowed down and allowed us to really enjoy life, re-examine what's going on in the world, choosing different pathways and really aligning back with our soul truth. Now all of a sudden things have sped back up again, and it's creating a destructive pattern again, that our soul is going, hey, I don't like this anymore, so let's find that Zen-like state and restore that balance, so you have the capacity to work out how to be able to maintain that balance and calmness that you had through COVID, and how can I bring that through into the paradigm of the new world, so that we're not automatically just going back to old patterns just because we're used to them. This really does give us an opportunity to review everything that's going on and really tune into your physical and mental emotional states to be able to recognize when something feels out of sync and know that you have different choices rather than just going into automatic pilot mode. So this is a really good time to get near the bodies of water. Also finding that remembering drinking plenty of water is a really good way to neutralize any of that anxious, frantic, busy type of energy to help be able to maintain more balance and more calm, because when we get dehydrated we actually do activate our nervous system and our adrenal glands so that we work, and we can sometimes crave coffee or sugar or whatever it is that helps you feel more energized when your energy is feeling low. So this is a really good time to know that water is your balancer, to be able to equalize any of those intense emotions that may be going through your body and causing you to work on that anxious, busy energy. And as you flush out all of that energy within your body, you get the ability to be calm and therefore make different decisions, to tune in and see, is this insulting my soul, and do I really want to go back to the old ways just because it's what I know, or do I want to stay strong and continue to balance and maintain that balance and harmony that you had through COVID-19. Now that leads us through till Wednesday through till Friday with the card of Clairvoyance. The three main key points here are visual signs, to be able to open up your third eye chakra, and the third one is to rest the visual component. So you may find that your eyes become tired or sore, or they may feel dry, or you may even find that you get a pressure headache beginning in your third eye as your third eye is opening. This message through Wednesday through till Friday is to be able to review your dreams, goals and vision. So at the start of the week we want to be able to initiate and find that balance, to be able to reconnect and align with what we want, and then be able to go in through Wednesday through till Friday, because on Sunday, on November the 15th, we have a new moon. So you really want to be able to get into that place where you can visually see your dreams, goals, and vision, because the mind cannot differentiate between what it is, what's true, and what is not when we are in a visual state. So visualization is an incredibly potent ritual to be able to activate all your senses, to rewire your mind so it is completely channeled into those dreams, goals, and visions, so you can finish this year feeling like you have completed or achieved that success that you've been looking for. But it all begins with what you see. So as I mentioned, it's important to be able to feel into what's occurring with your eyes. Our eyes are the most open vessel that is constantly receiving an input of information from everywhere, and it can get a sensory overload. So sometimes we need to be able to close our eyes so that we can actually go within and be able to see the visual signs that your soul and the universe are bringing to you through that visualization. So your soul brings up those dreams, and then as your eyes are open, it's more alert and aware to be able to tune into the divine messages coming through from source, the universal confirmation that you're on the right track, or bringing the right people, or seeing the right signs that lets you know that you're on the right direction towards achieving that success. So it's really important. And if you are someone that does get those third eye headaches, it's really important to be able to know that that will pass, and that it is about that opening of your third eye. So of course, as things are expanding and opening and even downloading and receiving more intuitive guidance, it's really important to be able to nurture what you're looking at. Okay, and that leads us through to the message of the weekend around being able to speak your truth. The importance with that is communication, self-expression, and to be able to voice what's in your throat chakra. So it's really a time where we are starting to think, you know, we're coming to the end of 2020. Have I actually accomplished and done all the things that I want to do? We can find that our internal dialogue, those conversations that we have with ourselves, can be really harsh. You know, like, why haven't I done this? I should be doing this, and using all of this really detrimental impact that only just makes us retract and become more defensive or even more sensitive towards that types of communication. So this is a time where it's really important to be mindful of the type of communication. So you've gone through the balance at the start of the week. You've been able to tune into the vision of your dreams and goals. Now this is the time to make sure that your language matches your dreams, so that you don't have any incongruencies or a mismatch. It's almost like putting oil and water together. If you're visualizing but you're putting yourself down, there's a mismatch, and therefore it will only create more disharmony. And when we have disharmony, we are more prone to dis-ease, which is all brought on through our internal conversations with self. So you may be finding that it's a really important time to go in and do some self-forgiveness rituals, where you can give yourself permission to forgive yourself for not being where you want to be, maybe not having taken the action that you wanted, or finding that harsh type of masculine motivation that you've used before is no longer congruent with your soul, and that it's actually going to be propelled to move forward if you execute more of the feminine, which is strong, it's gentle, and it's also directly tied in with our intuition. So we have two amazing cards that are all about connecting in with our intuition. So you may find if there is a block in your throat that you may feel like you need to clear it. You may feel a little bit nervous when you go to have these types of conversations, but please remember that self-forgiveness is the most vital key that you can give to yourself, to just forgive yourself for where life is at. Because the moment that you can accept it, it is the moment that you start to shift the dynamics within your own self and start to align all parts of self, your mind, body, soul, spirit, and remember that you are human. Take what this year has taught you as lessons, as beautiful, insightful bits of soul gifts to be able to help you go, okay, well, this is where my strengths are. This is the area where I may drop the ball a little bit, but if I put some energy into that, I can boost that area of my life, bring that back up into balance, and therefore have much more inner peace within your own self. So our throat chakra is not only learning to have forgiveness for ourselves, but if you feel that there is any type of hurt, harm, or unease towards someone, it's also important to remember forgiveness is about setting yourself free. So if you feel that someone has done something towards you, that you have harbored any harsh emotions, this is the time to give and release that forgiveness, that anger that you may be feeling, or frustration you're feeling in yourself, because forgiveness is not about accepting the type of behavior with someone. It's about learning to know that if something's already hurt you, the more that you harbor those emotional states within your own self, you're only continuing to hurt and harm your own self. So forgiving others is about letting yourself be free from those types of emotions, as this sets you up for the new moon to not only be able to have forgiveness for self, but to be able to therefore go in with so much more loving, more nurturing, and more feminine attributes of that gentleness and that soulful connection with self. So therefore you can set your intentions from the most divine, soulful essence within your own self, where your truth exists, and therefore set your new moon intentions there, rather than set them from that defensive mechanism and that busyness of, I'll just get them done, or oh, this will just happen. All that does is just create your new moon intentions primarily based from a frantic energy, and if there's a frantic energy, there means there's less trust and less confidence in them coming in. So therefore this week really is about that forgiveness. Be okay with where you're at this week. Again, Monday and Tuesday is about finding that harmony. Wednesday through till Friday is about tuning in and seeing those visual representations of your dreams, goals, and visions, envisioning that you actually achieve the success that you want. And then through on the weekend leading up to the new moon, it's about doing that self-forgiveness ritual, which I will put in a self-forgiveness ritual mantra for you below this video, so that you can go through and have a look at what it's a very simple, beautiful self-forgiveness mantra that you can say to yourself, and it really does bring about a beautiful level of acceptance, self-love, and the ability to truly let go of anything that is potentially creating you more hurt and harm within your own self, and reinstate that balance, so that as you set those powerful intentions upon the new moon, you're actually doing it from a place of pure alignment, flow, acceptance, and self-love. So I wish you an incredibly amazing week. Feel free to tag or share anyone in this video, and as always, much love to you all. See you guys.